Let's talk about what it means to undermine an officially accepted more. And in order to do that, we're actually going to do this in real life, in real time. The specific officially accepted more that we're going to use today for this example is the belief in American society that the best possible thing is to have a two-parent household, a dad, a mom, and whatever number of kids. And that people who are in that environment have every possible advantage in the world. That's the best thing ever. And people who are in any type of other environment, that's the worst thing in the world, and that they have all kinds of disadvantages. And so let's say that our goal, we're going to sit down together and we're going to undermine that. Well, first we're going to see what are some of the indirect ways that that's created. We already know that people publish statistics and write articles, but we're going to talk about indirect ways that's done. Hollywood movies will often have a situation where the leading lady is a single mom, the leading man is a single man without any kids, and when they fall in love, at the end they've created this ideal nuclear family. There is now a mom and a dad and a kid, and you see that in movies like Jerry Maguire. You see that in things like Miracle on 34th Street. It's very, very common, and the goal is by the end you want a dad and a mom and a kid. So let's say that we want to undermine this. Our goal is we're going to say, we're going to subtly show that this is not true, that a two-parent household isn't that great. So we're going to do a mix of things. I'm going to talk about the mix that we're going to do. First, we're going to just use some real examples, and we're not going to be hammering home this point. We would just indirectly bring up examples of people who are very successful that didn't come from two-parent households. Let's say we were talking about here are two presidents, Barack Obama and Bill Clinton. Neither of them came from two-parent households. And we wouldn't say like, hey, look, Barack Obama and Bill Clinton didn't come from two-parent households. We would find indirect ways to talk about it. We can talk about, how because he was raised by just his mom, Barack Obama was very close to his mom, or how Bill Clinton was we can find indirect ways to bring it up without saying, here's my proof that it's two-parent household isn't necessary. We're going to indirectly do it. Now, we might also, let's say we're going to make movies or stories. We might have a story where there's one character that has a very loving household where they're being raised by, say, their mom and grandma. And another character is from just a very brutal and oppressive household where they're being raised by a mom and dad. And this is just subtly showing that maybe something like love and care for the kid matters more than whether there's a mom and a dad. So that's how you would undermine an officially accepted more. Now notice, an officially accepted more isn't something like you should not murder. That's a much deeper fundamental moral principle. An officially accepted more is more something like a two-parent household is the best possible thing and everything else is terrible. Well, that's how we might go about doing it, by using actual facts but not hammering the point home, and also by using some story illustrations to show that there might be other things that matter even more than the particular structure of the parents in a household.